I did my CompTIA Security Plus in less than 9 days, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that as well. So, welcome to my channel. My name is Julian, and I'm currently a cybersecurity consultant at a Big Four. And I was able to do my CompTIA Security Plus in literally less than 9 days. And let me give some context because I come from a background that has no computer science or information technology experience at all. In fact, my bachelor's itself was in international business, and I've been doing my master's in cybersecurity in less than a year. And I did my CompTIA Security Plus during my master's in cybersecurity. So that automatically qualifies myself as not having so much experience prior. And so in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I was able to not only get the certification in less than 9 days, but also how I was able to prepare for the examination and the study guidelines and learning materials that I used, and other tips and recommendations I would give to you guys based on what I experienced when I did the examination. So let's jump straight to it. When you do your CompTIA Security Plus, it's basically a multiple choice question. Now, depending on your examination provider, most likely it's going to be Pearson VUE. You either do your exam on site, where you basically book or schedule your exam in that matter at a test center, or you do it online. For my case, I actually did my CompTIA Security Plus online, and I must say they were very, very strict, because throughout the examination there were a lot of verification processes, but as well as the examiner herself, it was a female, she literally asked me to show my entire surroundings, showed the, like the setup from where I was doing the exam. I was also asked to show like the table and stuff like that. It was very like strict in the sense, but they wanted to make sure that everybody had a fair chance when actually doing the exam, so basically nobody cheated. And that's what I found good. But I want you to bear in mind that even if you do an online exam, like assuming that you want to do it online, they're going to be very strict, and they do not tolerate, obviously cheating. But also, if you, for example, don't attend to the examination, or if you have other issues that for some reason you don't want to do the exam. But the good news is you can always reschedule, you can always cancel it, or but just make sure that you give it, prior notice. But more towards the examination, so those were more the technical elements of the examination itself. Now, why did I take CompTIA Security Plus? Let's start with that question. Because I don't have much foundations in cybersecurity, the first reason on why I did CompTIA Security Plus was to basically brush down my fundamentals and understandings of information technology as a whole, so that my cybersecurity, when I were to apply for a job, that at least I have a better foundational understanding in cybersecurity. So that was the first reason. The second reason is that it actually helped me, get hired for the job. A lot of HR and recruiters, they actually, prefer candidates with some type of professional certification or paper. And so hence why CompTIA Security Plus, with its international reputation and standards, for me was the reason why I literally took the certificate, and it did help me get into the job that I'm currently doing. So now that we understand the importance of CompTIA Security Plus, how did I prepare myself? And more importantly, how did I get it in less than 9 days? And so the tip that I would recommend for you to do, and no joke, I actually got this from ChatGPT, is to actually schedule the exam on the first day you start learning. Because what happens is, I literally scheduled my exam 9 days, literally it was 9 or 10 days later to the first day I studied, because I wanted to be very accountable and very consistent with my learning. Because psychologically speaking, when you schedule your exam in 9 to 10 days, Parkinson's theory, the idea of you feeling the urge of having to do your exam in 9 days motivates you to study even more or harder. So that's my first tip. I would definitely recommend you to schedule the exam, even if you haven't studied or prepared any learning material at all, zero, nothing. I would still recommend you to schedule your exam, but do it in a realistic time frame. Of course, for me, it was 9 days, but to be honest, man, like, the reason I did it was in 9 days, I didn't do anything magical. I didn't do something extraordinary. I literally just locked in and grinded and make sure that I passed the exam. And by the way, for you to pass your exam is not easy because it's difficult in the sense that the minimum benchmark for you to pass is at least 850 out of 100. So that means, 850 out of 1,000. So that means you need to score at least 85%. I got around like 88 or 87%, I don't remember. But the benchmark itself for you passing is quite high. So in other words, you need to know everything inside out. And even though maybe the topics or the domains of what they teach in CompTIA Security Plus is not that difficult, they do expect you to know basically everything, right? And so yeah, that was exactly how I scheduled my exam. And so regarding the learning materials, so there are a few options here. The first option is to obviously get the training material directly from CompTIA itself. I must say it is expensive because, so there's two parts. One is actually scheduling the exam, and number two is the training material. Now, the training provider actually do both. They also do the training as well, but to be honest, that one is very, very expensive. So what I did was, for my CompTIA Security Plus, I basically scheduled the exam officially on their website. But in terms of the training, I literally went on Udemy to actually, one, get the training, so the online courses. But the thing that helped me the most was the practice exams, and that's something I definitely recommend you to do. You can literally search on Udemy right now, search practice exams CompTIA Security Plus, and they'll give you like 7 example examinations for CompTIA Security Plus where you can actually practice with them. And so that is basically how I prepared for CompTIA Security Plus. And then I just, towards the examination, I just practiced every single day on the exam, and eventually that's how I did it. Like, again, no magical spell. This is how you can do it in 9 days. If you want to do it yourself, then do it. These are the tips that I recommend you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.